Have you ever wondered what you would do if you suddenly had nowhere to stay, but still needed a safe, private place to sleep? What if your entire shelter could move with you using nothing more than a bicycle? That is the fascinating idea behind the bike camper, a tiny mobile shelter designed to combine transportation with a basic living space. At first glance, a bike camper might look like a miniature trailer, but the concept goes much further than simply carrying camping equipment. These compact designs can include a sleeping area, storage space, ventilation, lighting, and sometimes even small cooking facilities. Some bicycle campers are specifically designed for recreational travel, while other concepts have been created with people experiencing homelessness or housing insecurity in mind. The biggest advantage is mobility. Instead of having a shelter that stays in one location, a bicycle camper can potentially move wherever its rider is legally and safely able to travel. That means a person can carry essential belongings while avoiding the need for a large vehicle, fuel, or expensive motorhome. And this is where the idea becomes really interesting. Traditional RVs can be expensive to purchase, difficult to park, and costly to maintain. A bicycle camper takes the opposite approach. It focuses on the essentials and removes almost everything that is unnecessary. Inside, the space is obviously limited, but clever design can make a surprisingly small area useful. A sleeping platform can become the main feature, while storage compartments can hold clothing, food, camping equipment, and personal belongings. Some designs use foldable furniture so that the same area can serve different purposes during the day and at night. Ventilation is also extremely important. A tiny enclosed space can become uncomfortable very quickly, so practical designs often include windows, vents, or other ways to allow fresh air to circulate. Some modern bicycle campers can also incorporate solar power for small electrical needs such as lights or charging devices. But there is another important part of the story: these campers are not all the same. Some are lightweight trailers that simply attach behind a bicycle. Others are much more ambitious, with enclosed bodies that resemble miniature RVs. One famous example is the camper bike created by artist Kevin Sear. His design was conceived as a mobile shelter and later became part of his artistic work. Other projects have taken the idea even further, including pedal-powered tiny homes intended to provide shelter and mobility for people without permanent housing. Of course, a bike camper is not a magical replacement for a real home. There are serious limitations. Weight is one of the biggest challenges. The heavier the camper becomes, the harder it is to move, especially on hills or over long distances. One experimental bicycle micro RV, for example, reportedly weighed around 500 pounds, and its builders discovered just how difficult pedal power becomes when a tiny camper gets too heavy. That is why smart design is all about balance. Designers have to think carefully about materials, wheels, aerodynamics, storage, weather protection, and overall weight. Every extra feature adds convenience, but it can also make the camper harder to tow. Safety is another major consideration. A bicycle camper needs to be stable, visible to traffic, and appropriate for the roads or paths where it is used. Riders also need to follow local laws and choose safe, legal places for overnight camping. A compact camper may provide shelter, but it does not automatically provide a legal place to stay. Still, the concept is powerful because it demonstrates what can happen when people rethink the meaning of a home. A traditional house is fixed in one location. A bicycle camper turns shelter into something mobile. Imagine waking up in a tiny enclosed space,